Well, a huge percentage of what you hear on TV these days centers on the perils of Russia. Russia attacked our democracy. Russia corrupted our election. Putin has declared war. Russia is our greatest threat. That's what the Democratic Party and their PR department in the American media have been telling us for more than a year. No one's defending Russia, but is this true? Let's play a game, and you can decide. We'll describe actions by a hostile foreign power, and you guess whether it's Russia or China. Get a pen. Ready? First, the FBI director said this country uses students and professors at American universities as spies. This problem is so widespread that almost every FBI field office is dealing with it. Russia? Nope. China. China has 350,000 students in the U.S., some of whom apparently are intelligence agents. Next question. This country reportedly hacked the Office of Personnel Management, giving it access to millions of federal personnel records, which allows its spy agency to locate espionage targets. This country also hacked the FDIC and a number of other government agencies and departments. Russia? No, China. A company from this country has effectively taken over an entire U.S. territory. Bloomberg reported last week how a massive state-sponsored gambling operation now essentially runs the island of Saipan, which used to be ours. Russia? Nope. China once again. Question 4. This country will soon overtake the U.S. as the world's largest economy, if it has not already. Russia? Please, it's hilarious. Russia's third world compared to, yes, China. This country has killed tens of thousands of Americans by manufacturing and exporting fentanyl, the deadliest narcotic known to man. Russia may have maintained fake Twitter accounts, but actually China did that. Finally, this country demands that American companies censor their products, movies, media, websites, in order not to offend the corrupt oligarchy that runs their police state. Amazingly, American companies obediently comply with these orders because they're afraid not to. Is it Russia they're kowtowing to, that mean old Putin? Of course not. It's China. So tell us, which country strikes you as a bigger threat to America? Ying Ma is the author of Chinese Girl in the Ghetto, former deputy director of the Committee for American Sovereignty, a pro-Trump super PAC, and she joins us tonight. Ying, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
So look, I mean, there are a couple levels. One, I think China is a threat to the United States. The rise of China is a threat to our place in the world. But compared to Russia, is there really a comparison?
Well, you know, let's recall that a few years ago it was Senator John McCain who said that Russia really is just a gas station masquerading as a country.
Yes.
So, you know, you don't need to take that literally, but I think any sane person would look at China's economy, look at the trajectory of their rise, and understand that China actually poses a much more serious long-term strategic threat to America's place in the world. But we don't even have to look at that on such a broad scale. I think we just need to look back 20 years. The last time we had a serious foreign influence campaign scandal in this country was during the Clinton era, when, you know, the Democratic National Committee was forced to give back nearly $3 million of foreign money, and we know that
is that Russian money?
And we know that, you know, during that scandal there was actually a lot of Chinese money involved, yes. Money from the communist government or people affiliated with the Chinese government, and there was money from elsewhere in Asia too. But I mean, that was actually real money that had to be given back. Thus far, we haven't seen anything like that in the current Russia investigation.
So is it possible that if you want to know who has power, you just ask who does nobody criticize? Everyone can criticize Russia. There are no repercussions. Has a single person in Hollywood or in finance ever criticized China? Doesn't that kind of tell you how beholden we are to China, what a threat they actually are, that nobody ever says anything?
Well, I mean, I think some people have criticized China when it was popular to do so. I mean, let's remember 7 Years in Tibet, done by Brad Pitt. It was popular back then to criticize.
Could that get made today?
I don't know. I mean, you know, Hollywood hasn't come and asked me for my opinion on the
The answer
so I have
is
no idea.
Richard Gere can't even get a movie role because China doesn't like him.
Well, yeah, there you go. But what we do know is that a lot of these Hollywood people like to do things that are popular. And these days it is popular to criticize Donald Trump. It is popular to question the legitimacy of his electoral victory. A lot of the people who are obsessed with the Russia investigation, people from the fake news media, what they really want to do is essentially to sort of bring out anything that makes the current president look bad.
I mean, look, I think it's okay to criticize the president. I've criticized many presidents and really meant it. But if you care about the country, you have to think soberly about what threats it faces.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're telling the public that Russia is the biggest threat America faces, you're either lying or stupid.
Well, or you could be both, right? And you know, what we do know is that that while we've been obsessing over this Russia investigation, we've actually ignored some really weighty issues, not just China, but China being one of the certainly one of the most weighty issues among them. So
no, it's a really good point. There's a huge cost. As Lee Smith was just saying, there's a big cost to this stuff. Thank you
Thank
for
you
that.
so much.
Good to see you.